Hi guys, today I'll be bringing you my review of Spider-Man Homecoming, which I watched a couple of days ago. Now, before we start, there's a huge spoiler warning for Spider-Man Homecoming. Also, at some point, I'll review the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, but I've been unhappy with my script, so it has undergone many attempts at re-scripting, but it fell flat. However, it will come to be at some point, and I'm thinking I'll review War for the Planet of the Apes and perhaps Dunkirk. Spider-Man Homecoming is the 16th MCU movie and is directed by John Watt, starring Tom Holland, Michael Keaton, Robert Downey Jr, Laura Harrier and many more. It revolves around a teenage Spider-Man being mentored by Tony Stark, and then Peter Parker finds out about a group of criminals are using the Chitauri tech to forge weapons and advanced technology. Needs to stop them as they have a plan to hijack Tony Stark's plane since he's moving the adventures to a new location seen in Avengers Age of Ultron. Peter also must balance school, life, and the safety of those he cares about. First off, Tom Holland delivers an almost flawless portrayal of our friendly neighbour wall-crawling vigilante. He can be funny, serious, and emotional all at the same time with extreme accuracy and skill. He definitely takes the trophy as the best Spider-Man, beating Tobey Maguire, although the Peter Spider in my opinion was better performed by Maguire in Spider-Man 2. He's the best of both worlds, comprising mostly of Tobey Maguire's lovable Peter Parker and Andrew Garfield's witty Spider-Man, combining lightning-fast quips and deep personal emotional moments. As for Michael Keaton's performance of the Vulture, it's pretty great. The character has its flaws, more on that later, but the performance, as far as I could tell, was on point. Although this comes as no surprise, as he's great at everything from Batman and apparently Birdman, which I wish to get to at some point. The balance of action and development is great, as you never feel that there wasn't a dry, emotionless moment. Whenever there was a break from action, there was always something going on. The fact is, sometimes it's littered with movie tropes, like how he got his suit taken away. These, like most tropes and cliches, can be easily overlooked. Most of the first act introducing the Vulture, Spider-Man, and the story. It had just enough exposition and action, though some of the pacing in the second drags on with a lot of high school stuff. Of course, we must mention Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark in Iron Man. Now, what surprised me was the fact that Iron Man made very little appearances, most notably the first encounter with the Vulture and the Staten Island ferry. Tony Stark did not make more than Iron Man, but I never felt sick of RDJ due to his new mentoring role, adding a new spin on things. Just like all MCU flicks, the humour is witty, intelligent, and a mix of laugh-out-louds and little chuckles and smiles. It's by far the most humorous Marvel movie with Guardians of the Galaxy. The humour level adds to the overall tone of the movie, alongside the action and plot. Whilst being an amazing, hilarious, and action-packed movie, it is a Spider-Man comic books fan Spider-Man movie, if you followed that, as it features a teenage nerdy Spider-Man as well as having plenty of Easter eggs and references. Some of these include Captain America's training videos, which are not as subtle as others, but are brief cameos of one of our favourite heroes. Then, when Spider-Man was being crushed by rubble and debris, reminiscent of the comic books where he had to lift a metal structure weighing hundreds of tons. Then, classic half Spider-Man, half mask, half blood face we all know and love from the comics. And when Peter Parker was on his laptop, I believe the footage shown was the exact same from Amazing Spider-Man 2, when Spider-Man has to catch the bus. And finally at the end, when we find out the nerdy girl Michelle turns out to be named MJ by her friends, in inverted commas. The action is fast-paced, exciting, intense, as we get a new feminine version of Jarvis named Karen. Some will be upset as it's more of the Iron Spider-esque suit, as it seems to have myriad features, likewise the Iron Man armour, so there's a lot of less classic web swinging. But it adds a nice new variation of Spider-Man's classic action. And now for the cons. Vulture seemed somewhat generic, so I didn't relate at all with his motives, because there were too many overcomplications. Why couldn't he just get another job? Why? Sure, it's not too hard. Too many conveniences. Then, when, spoilers, he turned out to be Liz's father, it seemed that they felt it was necessary to make a personal connection with Peter Parker and the villain. In this case, Adrian Toomes, the Vulture. We did make up for it with his design, and after he saw more of the Adrian Toomes side, I felt less threatened by why I can't explain. This movie was about exposition for the new Spider-Man, delivering a fun action movie. The Vulture felt out of place in the MCU. And of course, the Shocker was by far the worst MCU villain. He was in it for 5 minutes and absolutely no purpose. Surprisingly, Vulture was entertainment enough. He needed not to be there, and he sucked so hard. He had little reason to be there, to be the Shocker and not some disposable crony, which he was. As well, some of the second act dragged on a lot. The tropes and cliches made it predictable, but apart from that, it was a pretty great action comedy movie. In the end, I give it a B+. Anyway, I'll see you next time with my Spider-Man review. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe and notify for more reviews, top 10s, rankings. The Chosen Critic, out.